Hi, this is Michael Lursky. I'm with TradingMarketTechnicals.com, and I'd like to share with you today a short 10-minute video on trading acceleration bands. Acceleration bands are meant to identify when price moves a maximum amount of space in a minimum amount of time. It identifies when price breaks out and when it accelerates in a very unusual way, almost when it goes parabolic, when there is a pile-on mentality going on in the market with this particular stock or index ETF. It only catches a small portion of the overall stock movement, but it happens very quickly. I came across the methodology as it's mentioned by Price Headley. The acceleration band I'll show you as in Thinkorswim. It's a default using a 20 period default, an upper band and a lower band. The mid band I am not plotting, and the methodology calls for as a stop loss a 13 EMA. If your charting service does not have acceleration bands, you can find a very similar result by using a Keltner channel with a length of 20 and a factor of 2.5. The concept, the methodology is to initiate and hold a position, either long or short, when price closes outside the acceleration band. The first bar that closes outside that band, we are looking for a second close to exceed the high or low of that first bar. So getting long, in this case, we are looking for price closed outside the band here. We are looking for a close above this high. We get the next day, we would establish a long at 351.92 thereabouts. And we do not get out of that position until we have a close below the 13 EMA. So we're long here at 351 or so, and we have an opportunity to ride this as high as 404. So we had a $50 run there in Apple. The stop loss is a close below the 13 EMA. If you had not exercised any sort of money management, which I'm not suggesting at all, but you would have gotten out at 376. $25, $26 run at a minimum. Second example is we have a close outside the band. The high is 413. We're looking for a close above that. We do not get a close above that. We would not initiate a long position, and think in this you would not have. Here we have a close outside the band. We get a second close. Excuse me. We get a second close here the next day below the low of this first close. We initiate a short at 369. We don't get much of an opportunity here. It only goes down $6 or so. Stop loss would have been here above the 13 EMA, 382. Next opportunity. Certainly no system works every single time. We have a close above the upper band. We have a second close above this high. We establish a long position at 405. And it looks like we get to take this all the way to 605. Showing the potential. Is that practical? Is anybody going to be able to do that? Who knows? But maybe taking small positions, partial positions, 20% of your position off at different increments. will get you there, but it is unlikely that many people are going to catch a $200 run on Apple. Another example, this past August, we had a close above at, we have a close here at 6:30. 2 days later, we have a close at 6:35. We get a run as high as 680. We close though with our stop loss at 662. Here on the downside, we have a close below at 637. We don't have a lower close. We have a close here outside, but we don't have a lower close. We have a close here at 609. We have a next close below that at 4 days later. 4 or 5 days later, we had 603. If you had initiated 603, you could have had a run down to 505. Your stop loss being 566. Give you another example quickly with Goldman Sachs. According to Price Headley, some of this acceleration band in the real world works best with high flyers, with high beta stocks. There is obviously additional risk, but they have the most potential. A $4 stock, a big move for a $4 stock obviously is going to be 20 or 30 cents. If that's your speed, the concept does work, but it's not quite as sexy. We have a close outside the acceleration band, but we don't get a close below that low, so we don't initiate here. Here we have a close below the acceleration band. We're looking for a close below this low. We initiate that at 140. We would short Goldman at 140. We had a potential trade down to 133. The stop loss is above the 13 EMA. We would have been, without any money management, stopped out at about flat. Here we have another opportunity. This is closing outside the band. We don't get a close until 110. We have a move down to 103, but stop loss, according to the methodology, we would have been out at 116, $6 loss without any money management. But I think you see the opportunities if you are willing to take partial credit, partial profits. We get a close here at 101. Few days later, we get a close at 104. We initiated a long. We could ride that up to as high as 117. We get a stop loss technically here at 112.87. And as you can see how critical, how close that 13 EMA is to support. A little tricky there because we barely exceed closing below it, except for this, these 2 days here. Not something to play with. Another opportunity, we get a close below 13, below the lower band. We get a close here below this low. We initiate at about 100. I'm sorry. 102. We get a move down to 90, 91. We get stopped out without any money management. We would get stopped out on this day here at 96. So hopefully this gives you a few opportunities. Currently, let me real quick here. I had forgotten. We got a close here outside the band. We initiate here at 114. We get a run up to 122. We're actually stopped out here at 113 without money management. And currently we get a close here. First close, second close is 129.70. We initiate there. Bit of a pullback here, but we'd still be in it. We don't get a close below 13 EMA, so we initiated at 130 or so, and we're at 136 right now. So again, some great opportunities for acceleration bands. It's almost like a hit and run. It's not something that you're going to be able to implement day in, day out. But create a scan in whatever chart service you're using. Look for a close, a first close and a second close above acceleration band. Put those stocks in a stock watch and a monitoring monitor. Keep an eye on them. Initiate. Maybe use some options to keep down your capital usage. And good luck. Again, Michael Lersky, TradingMarketTechnicals.com. Our number here is 732-696-2355 if you want to give us a call. Take care.